over the last few years, I've been able to use Intelligems A/B testing to generate over 50 million in revenue for brands that I've worked with. You can see some of the results up here on the screen. So I've ran over 100 plus tests with Intelligems and won bunch of them. I put some of the screenshots over here, and also used this to scale conversion rate on pages that we were trying to optimize from as little as 0.87% to 5.17%, which changed revenue from 25,000 to 400,000 a month. So if you are not A/B testing, you definitely should be. So yeah, if you clicked on this video, you're probably asking this question of what is Intelligems A/B testing? And that's exactly what we're going to go through. So we're going to go through backup first and go through what is A/B testing. Then we're going to go through what is Intelligems, why you should use Intelligems, because there's a few other things you could use, why Intelligems. And then we're going to give you a quick demo of the dashboard and a few other resources. So what is A/B testing? Put simply, there's done a bunch of different definitions. It's testing two versions of a page or a design to see what performs better. So we've got our variant A over here, and then we've also got our control. So these are usually two things that we test against. Our control is what we've currently got on the website, and our variant A is the thing that we're testing against the control, the new thing that we're testing to see whether it'll improve things. It's usually done in a controlled environment. So the great thing about using software is that we remove as many different variables as we can, and then we make it more formal by having a test report, a time the test starts, a time the test ends, so we know what duration we can measure the changes in. And then the aim is to increase conversions. So with CRO in this lens specifically, the aim is to increase conversions, and conversions can be whatever it is up to you. It could be a lead, but in e-commerce it's generally people purchasing. But you can have different metrics like AOV or retention or subscriptions or anything else, which you can keep in mind as your main metric to optimize for. So A/B testing isn't just used in e-commerce, it's used in a bunch of different industries. It's used in email marketing, it's used in advertising. So for email, if you use Klaviyo, very often you'll see there's A/B testing features inside of Klaviyo. Meta and Google, of course, they have A/B testing features where you can test one ad set against another. In fact, that's kind of the whole premise of ad sets in a way. YouTube have recently released this feature where they allow you to A/B test thumbnails, and then product testing. So if you're developing a new product, you want to be A/B testing it to see which version of the product is performing better, especially if it's like a SaaS product, because that makes life even easier. So for example, if you're releasing a new feature and you want to test whether people like this feature or not. And this is used, so A/B testing is used by some of the biggest companies in the world. So I'm talking your Amazons, your Googles, your Booking.coms, Ubers, all these really, really big companies use A/B testing. And yeah, that's what A/B testing is. In the e-commerce space, we use A/B testing in like a repeated manner to increase conversion rate over time. So we first of all start with data. So for example, I made a video on this, I'll link it up somewhere. But yeah, for example, if we have customers keep on asking the same questions about a product before buying, that's a good data point that we can hone in on and go, okay, cool. How can we solve this problem which customers are having on the website? So we go, okay, cool. If we have it in a more clear format, so if we make our product page more clear, then this is going to improve conversion rate on the page. So then we go, okay, cool. This is what our current page looks like. Let's design a page that looks something like this and test this against what we currently have. And then from there, you set up the test and run the test with software and see what results the test comes back with, and see whether your data point here was actually, or your hypothesis here proved true or proved incorrectly, and then you can optimize from there. And that is how you A/B test, put simply, hopefully. But yeah, there's a whole video going through more of that. So what's the catch? Why doesn't everyone A/B test? There's three main reasons. The main reason is not enough traffic. So there is a barrier to entry to A/B test properly if you want to reach statistical significance. So this tends to be around 300 orders or 10,000 sessions per test that you run. And tests usually run for 2 weeks. So if you don't get this amount of traffic, and everyone will have their own different number, and let's say can do this with this amount, but this is just a general baseline, like a minimum that you need to have in order to get the most value from A/B testing. So that's usually the main reason. The other reason is not enough time resources. So as I described in the step before, you need someone to look at some data. So you need someone to analyze some data. You need someone to design and develop the strategy that you're coming up with. So someone needs to come up with a strategy, then someone needs to design it, someone needs to develop it, set up the A/B test, and then you need a project manager to usually coordinate the whole thing and work with a client if that's how you guys got things set up. So yeah, that's quite resource intensive, and it requires, you know, expertise and skill, and people don't want to break things and they want to mess up things or go through the period of learning that. And because obviously it's a skill like anything else, you need to spend time, usually months and years, learning it and become really good at it. And then people also don't have the time to plan and manage tests which runs for weeks. So ideally you want to be running 3 A/B tests a month usually. So that's quite resource intensive to kind of manage. And then also the third reason is lacking expertise. So people don't know what test they should run, what tool that they should use, which we're going to get to in just a second. And they don't know how to analyze data or conduct research, and they don't understand the value of A/B testing. They think it's a waste of time. All of these different things. This is reasons why people generally don't A/B test. So yeah, let's get into Intelligems and what Intelligems is specifically. So put simply, it's A/B testing software for Shopify stores. So it's a software that allows you to do this process, this specific step of A/B testing. Of course, they've got the whole marketing kind of language that they use, and they say they're a profit growth platform, which is partly true. But at its core, put simply, it's just software that allows you to A/B test, and it's purpose built for Shopify stores. So what makes it so special? Because there's so many different other A/B testing softwares that you can use. There's Optimizely, VWO, Target, A/B Taste. There's a bunch, right? There's 3 main reasons. And the first reason is the biggest reason, I think. If you're watching this and you have a Shopify store, then Intelligems is more than likely going to be the best for you, because it was purpose built for Shopify, purpose built for e-commerce in mind. So a lot of these other options up here, they were used for B2B companies, and, you know, like the companies we mentioned earlier, and they're not exactly e-commerce, and they're not Shopify. So that means it's a little bit more tricky to set up, and you need to blend into this like general type of test, instead of using something that's built with Shopify themes in mind, built with e-commerce in mind. So that's the main reason. It's very easy to set up because it was built for Shopify. So that's the main reasons why Intelligems is the most popular in terms of A/B testing software. And then also you can run multiple types of tests. So one thing that they're really big on is running price tests. Run price tests myself, great things that you can run. Shipping tests, content tests, very popular, run a lot of those myself. And offer testing as well. So there's a bunch of different tests you can run, instead of some of these which limit you to only some of them and only give you an editor, which can be a little bit buggy. But Intelligems gives you a lot of different options and tests that you can run. Okay, other things is analytics and support. So they have a great, really good amount of test analytics and filters, and I've been using this for years, and they've constantly improved it over time. So shout out to them. And they've got a lot of different filters that you can use. So for example, if you're trying to see how a test performed on desktop as opposed to mobile, you can filter down by that. If you're trying to see how a test performed with paid traffic as opposed to organic traffic, you can filter down by that. If you're trying to see how a test performed in the first 7 days compared to the second 7 days, you can filter for that. There's a lot of different filters. There's a lot of different analytics, sometimes even too many, which is a great position to be in. But it just allows you to answer the questions that you have when looking at data. They also have a lot of online documentation and a Slack channel for support, which is amazing. And they also connect and integrate to your favorite heat map tool, whatever you use. So last reason I'll put in there is they've recently got investment from acquisition.com, which is pretty cool. So Alex Hormozy's kind of thing. But yeah, other people are seeing potential in this, and this is a growing brand and business. And I think A/B testing is getting more and more popular as traffic becomes more and more expensive. So you want to optimize things over time. And yeah, so let's go through some of the dashboard, and I'll take you through, so I'm sharing my screen, I'll take you through some of the things in dashboard. So the first thing is installation. So to install is very simple. You click this link here, or you go to Shopify App Store and type in Intelligems. It'll take you to a page that looks something like this. You hit the install button, and then you can get rolling with that. I think they have a 14-day free trial. To set it up, the second thing you need to do is enable this app embed over here. So there's an app embed to install the script. So you literally just go to your main theme, switch this on. That's literally it. So when I said it's a very simple installation, it's a very simple installation. Very easy to do. So in terms of the 4 tests you can run, so this is the Intelligems dashboard as of September 2025. When I'm recording this, they improve this over time, and they'll change it and stuff like this. So the main thing that you will do is inside of this test section. So inside of test section, you can see all the different tests you've run. Here's where you can switch accounts. I've got a bunch of different other Intelligems accounts from client stores. And inside of these tests, you'll see a bunch of different tests which you've run in the past. When you press create new test, it's going to give you 4 different options, or the options that I mentioned earlier. So price test, shipping test, content test, and office test. If you want to test how things look on your website, content test is the most popular and probably the easiest kind of test to set up and start with, depending on size. But yeah, content tests are pretty popular. Price tests are usually the second most popular as well. So that's kind of the main bit of the dashboard. The home isn't very, it's not much here to talk about. There's an events manager, not much here to talk about. This is kind of advanced. I'll make another video of this in the future. Global styles, again, kind of advanced. We'll get into this in the future. Integrations, this is relatively simple. So you can connect this to your GA4 account, and you can connect this to your Microsoft Clarity. And this is going to connect these 2 platforms together, which is so cool because it allows you to then look at heat maps of people who are involved in your A/B test. So you can, kind of analyze and see more things about why visitors did or didn't convert, which is really cool. And yeah, the last part I'll touch on. So if you want to set up an A/B test, I made a video on this, convenient. You can go to my YouTube channel. I'll have it linked in the description probably, and you can watch this. It's 90 or 2 minutes long. So it's very easy to set up a test and very quickly. And then the other thing is experiences. Again, I'll probably make another video on this in the future. It's a little bit complex and a little bit advanced, but basically if you want to roll out a test, so let's say you have a winning test, and it wins for a certain segment of people. So let's say this test that you run wins for people on paid traffic, but doesn't win for people on organic traffic. You can roll out an experience and then change the layout or whatever winning test modification happened, and have that as an experience in your store. Generally, I'd just recommend to just make the change on the store. But yeah, this is an option if you want to take it. But yeah, that is Intelligems A/B testing. I hope this video was helpful. If you need any help with setting up an A/B test in Intelligems or have more questions, drop a question in the comment below or get in touch with me.